Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to cut contact with a girl who made a move on him, even though we're in an open marriage? My husband, 31M, and I, 27F, are in a consensually open marriage. We both go on dates or hook up with other people from time to time. It's been working well for us. Important context: finding women to date is difficult for both of us, so it's usually men we hook up with individually. A couple of months ago, I was ovulating. My husband was sick with a fungal infection, so I went for a random hookup. He was fine with it. A few days later, I met another guy I thought my husband would vibe with. I invited him over, and we all hung out. Husband was still sick, so I and the guy ended up hooking up in the spare room, which also happens to be my room, my workspace, my books, closet, etc. Fast forward to now, my younger sister is staying with us temporarily in that spare room. One day, she brought her college best friend, Rennie, 22F, over. I've met Rennie before, sweet girl, knows my family, calls herself autistic though undiagnosed, gives off a lot of help me energy, and I initially liked her. We had a fun evening, weed, laughs, Rennie stayed the night. But something about her gave me a weird gut feeling later. A few days after, she texted my husband directly asking him to come over and meet her parents, without involving me or my sister. That raised a tiny red flag. A few more days later, she randomly called me asking to come over for help with an assignment. I said sure. She came, we smoked, chilled. She said she was hungry and asked my husband for his phone to order food. He, being his usual sweet oblivious self, gave it to her. She ordered 4 pizzas, snacks, drinks, and he paid. She stayed the night again. Next morning, I was still in bed when my husband came back from work and said, "Babe, Rennie has a crush on both of us. She wants to get intimate. Can we be together in your room if you don't want to join?" I was half asleep and mumbled, "Yeah, sure," not really registering what I was consenting to. When I woke up again, it hit me. Wait, Rennie? I got up, peeked, sure enough, giggling from the room. I started feeling icky. We've never involved friends or people from our social circle in our open marriage. I didn't even remember telling Rennie that we were open. They came out after, and Rennie literally cuddled my husband on the couch in front of me, laid on his lap, put his hand on her head. I was confused and slightly pissed, but still didn't react. When my sister came back and found out what had happened on her bed, she lost it. Apparently, she had told Rennie before that she's not comfortable with her friends hooking up with her family. Huge argument broke out. Rennie called her jealous and attention-seeking, then stormed out. Later, my husband told me Rennie initiated it. She started touching him while he worked, then kissed him before he even asked me. I told him I'm uncomfortable and I don't want him to see her again. She's my sister's best friend, part of our social space, and it's just weird. We've never hooked up with people who are socially entangled with us. He says I'm being a hypocrite, that I've slept with other men at our place, sometimes in that same room. I tried to explain the difference. Those were strangers, no strings, no social overlaps. This feels invasive and inappropriate. He thinks I'm being an asshole for shutting it down, that I took away something that made him feel wanted for the first time in months. He's been struggling with feeling unattractive lately. So, am I the a-hole for asking him to cut contact with her, even though I technically allowed it and even though we're in an open marriage? TLDR, we have an open marriage. I've been with strangers, with my husband's full support. But then my sister's best friend, someone I trusted, welcomed into my home, made a move on my husband while I was sleeping in the next room. He asked for permission mid-seduction. I half asleep agreed, but when it hit me, I felt betrayed. I asked him to end it. He says I'm being unfair. I feel like a boundary was crossed, even in an open marriage. Am I the a-hole?